Yo, what is going on, guys? Johnny here. Welcome back to another Infinite Warfare video. Now, today's video is going to be pretty lengthy because we have a lot to talk about, and also, I'm just going to cut the fat right out of the video, and I'm going to get straight into the meat and potatoes. And I wanted to start with, this whole Akimbo glitch thing on the Model 2187, just so this isn't clickbait, and it's not clickbait. But there seems to be a glitch. So this video right here, I am going to play on repeatedly, just so you guys can really understand what I'm trying to say. And I'm even going to let you guys listen to the audio just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I played a game session, of course. Unfortunately, I was not recording. I wasn't even trying to get a gameplay. I was just trying to, get so close to Black Sky just so I can unlock Black Sky for all the DLC weapons in one video. Stay tuned for that. But throughout my game session, I was with this one dude right here, and he was always on the opposing team. And he was killing it with the Model 21. And I didn't understand how until he killed me when I clearly shot him, and he was well out of the range of what the Model 2187 is supposed to kill you at. And I was kind of angry, I'm not gonna lie, so I did take a look at the kill cam, and I saw that he was able to fire the gun without having to rechamber. Yeah, dude, I'm not even kidding. You're looking at the gameplay right here, but just listen to it so you can hear how many shots he actually took. So yes, right there you can see that he took 3 shots when he killed the first guy. After he killed the second guy over there in the kill cam, he shot off 4 shots. I noticed that, but like I said, unfortunately I was recording. I went ahead and did the whole Xbox record thing, and then I downloaded the video onto my computer just so I could show you guys. But right here, he is taking 4 shots repeatedly, or like just super quick without having to rechamber, and it is ridiculously quick. Now, I do not know how he is able to do this. I actually went into a custom game and I was unable to do it. I thought I got the hang of it, but I very abruptly lost the hang of it. I let go per se, and I just couldn't figure it out. So if you guys know how to do that, let me know in the comments down below so I can do it too. This is the only guy I've seen actually do this. I even went over to Reddit, and there's a very small part of the community who has actually noticed this also. And just let me know in the comments down below if this has happened to you, or if you know how to do it, because I like to do it myself. I like to be complete cancer, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But now let's go ahead and talk about my honest thoughts on the DLC weapons. And actually, let's start with the Trek 50. This is what we thought was actually going to be the Barrett 50 cal, but unfortunately no, the BA was actually just break action. And unfortunately, because it is break action, you can only shoot 1 shot at a time. Once again, I'm not very good with my Call of Duty gun names. I remember the guns, I just don't remember the names. And this is very similar to that one sniper rifle in Advanced Warfare where you shot 1 shot at a time. This is very similar, and I gotta say that I don't like it. When I first got the gun in my hands, I didn't like it, not because it didn't have aim assist. If you guys remember, Black Ops 3 did the same thing, no aim assist on sniper rifles. I didn't mind that. But the only reason it works so well on Black Ops 3 is because, for example, the Locust had a very decent fire rate, and it had a very good default ADS time. As a matter of fact, all of the snipers actually had a very decent ADS time and a very decent fire rate that was actually pretty well balanced. Unfortunately, that is not the case here in Infinite Warfare. In Infinite Warfare, we have aim assist on sniper rifles, but kind of the trade-off is that we have a slower ADS time, and I'm completely fine with that. But when you give me a slow ADS time, or slow relatively to other CODs, a slow ADS time, on top of that you give me 0 aim assist, I'm not gonna like the gun too much. And I'm a scrub, I guess you could say, because I need aim assist. I've needed it since forever, except in Black Ops 3. Like I said, that Call of Duty actually really worked, and the snipers were phenomenal. But honestly, I did not like this gun. I was completely against it. I wasn't even gonna try to go ahead and get Black Sky for it, because Black Sky got buffed and it looks amazing now, but I wasn't even going to try it. That is until I tried Thermal, and Thermal actually kind of is swaying me to the other side. So, once again, I'm just going through the classes, trying to build a class that works for me, because I don't want to just give up on a gun. I'm not gonna let the gun defeat me morally, you know, and this is just me saying I'm not gonna let a game beat me and get my spirits down. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and play with thermal. Unfortunately, I didn't get any thermal gameplay. Actually, I think I did. I think you're watching. I'm not too sure. I haven't put the gameplay down yet. But either way, thermal works really well with this gun. Believe me, it really does. Me personally, I don't like high zoom scopes. I don't like the default scopes that actually come on the sniper rifles. I always use variable zoom for that reason, and I keep it on the lowest zoom. But thermal works fantastically on this gun. Of course, thermal in general is just great here in Infinite Warfare, but on the Trek 50, it honestly makes all the difference for me, at least. And of course, I also run that with quick draw because of the slow ADS time, and I actually run it with suppressor because it is one shot at a time, and once again, there is a lack of aim assist, and so for that reason, I actually use suppressor. The best variant for the Trek 50 is 100% going to be the Epic. I picked it up in a game, and that second shot or that second barrel allowing you to take a second shot really quickly before you need to break the gun and actually put more bullets in it makes all the difference with this gun. It really does. As a matter of fact, with all three guns, this is one of those rare times where the Epic is clearly the best option. One example of where the Epic is clearly not the best option is actually with the Type 2. The Type 2 Butcher is kind of trash. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good gun overall, but in shotgun mode, it's honestly not very good. You're honestly going to do better if you use the, I think it's called the Frenetic. It's actually a common variant with a reduced hipfire spread. You just run around with that in a Akimbo SMG, or is it pistols? I don't know. It is very good and is actually way better than the Butcher. You are going to demolish the Butcher at almost any range in Akimbo mode, as long as you're both in Akimbo and assuming that you're competing in that way. But either way, that's just the way I run it, and I run it with dexterity, cold-blooded, because a bunch of FTL users actually use perception, and this counters that. And I also use it with dead silence and marksman to help out with the flinch. And like I said, I did not like the gun. I'm still not its biggest fan. I still think that the KBS Longbow Harbinger is the better sniper rifle, if not the best one in the game right now. But hey, you know, I might actually change my mind if you guys actually let me know how you guys run it down below. Tell me what your class setups are, and maybe I'll try it. I don't know. I think that maybe it's the gun and not just me. That's what I'd like to think. But now let's move on to the Proteus, or I think that's how you pronounce it. This gun I absolutely hated. As I just said, I was not a big fan of the Trek 50, but this gun I hated. I honestly did not like it at all. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it has to do with the alternation mode. From shotgun to sniper, it takes noticeably more time than it does to go from sniper to shotgun mode, and that's part of the reason why I absolutely hated this gun. Another one is the hit markers and its lack of usable fire rate. Now, don't get me wrong, the fire rate is pretty good, but once again, this is one of those cases where the Epic is clearly better. You get reckless, you get an increased fire rate, and that is just, it makes all the difference. I picked that up in a game and I was destroying kids, especially in that sniper mode, because sometimes you don't always get a one shot in the sniper mode, even without the aimbot, because that was obviously patched today. I shoot kids across the map. Sometimes they just don't die because I shoot them in the body. But that reckless perk actually lets me take off a second shot super quick, and it really helps me out a lot. Actually, with the Proteus, I love it now. As you know, I kind of got off track, but I love the gun now. It is probably one of my favorite guns. As a matter of fact, I have two sniper classes. One is the KBS, and the second one will now be the Proteus. It is really good as soon as you know exactly how to run it. And the way I run it is just with variable zoom and quick draw. Those are the only two attachments. But on top of that, I run it with dexterity, ghost, tracker, dead silence, and marksman. I use 5 perks on this gun, and let me tell you, those 5 perks are so good. And now finally, we're on to the M2187. Now, the way I run this is actually not Akimbo, despite what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm honestly not a really big fan of this gun, only because I don't have the Epic. Once again, the Epic makes all the difference. I picked up that gun in a game, and I'm telling you, I got 0 hit markers. With the Salvo, which is the Epic M2187, it seems like there's 1 damage range, but within this entire range is a 1-shot kill. I'm telling you, It is that good, and until I get my hands on it, I'm probably not going to be using the M2187 because it's a really good gun and it has crazy range for shotguns. Unfortunately, I find myself needing to take 2 shots more often than I would like, and unfortunately, because it has a very slow rechamber rate, it's just not my thing, and I'm not a big fan of the Akimbo mode because I just think that ruins the integrity of the game, because they just get right in your face and the next thing you know, you're face down. Either way, like I said, the epic version of the M2187, the Salvo, is clearly the better option. But either way, you guys, oh, and actually, before I forget, DLC 3 for Infinite Warfare has actually been revealed. We're actually going to get an official reveal today because this was actually data mined. Shout out to the PC Master Race, and yeah, that's actually going to be it for today's video. I don't want to make it too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. That helps me out so much. You guys don't even know. And also, if you're new around here, bros the channel, if you like what you see, consider dropping a sub, join the casual crew. You're always welcome to do so, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the guns and how you run them. I would really love to know, and I love to communicate with you guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.